This is it. The end of Andor, the end of Luthen, the end of innocence. For Cassian, the beginning of his final mission. Episode 12 doesn't just wrap up a season, it completes a story about sacrifice, identity, and the cost of building something greater than yourself. We open with isolation. Cassian and Clea, separated by space and grief, both trapped in the fallout of choices made seasons ago. The tone is quiet, bitter and weary, but beneath the stillness, change. A rebellion cementing its next chapter. The Empire is unraveling. The fake infection story meant to cover Clea's hospital escape has spiraled. Coruscant is in lockdown. Panic spreads as the ISB desperately hunts ghosts. Meanwhile, the Death Star nears completion. Tarkin's consolidating power. Krennic is racing towards Project Stardust, and Partagaz, well, he can feel the walls closing in on him. Back on Yavin 4, the rebel base is jittery. Cassian's unscheduled U-Wing arrival sets off alarms. Even K2SO is shut down as a precaution. Paranoia is everywhere. But when Mon Mothma enters, stripped of all pretense and rocking her Return of the Jedi do, it signals that this is no longer about secret meetings and senatorial diplomacy. The rebellion is real now, and she's all in. We get our final look at Saw Gerrera as he's watching Jedha's Kyber crystals reserves being harvested. A Jedi legacy dismantled to build a planet killer. Saw was right all along, but his descent into paranoia means he no longer trusts anyone. He's become a cautionary tale, a mirror of what Cassian could become if he lost sight of all hope. The tension here is peaking. Cassian pleads with Bail, Mon, and Admiral Raddus, as well as General Draven, begging them to act on Luthen's intel, to recognize the cost of inaction. But instead, the name itself of Luthen Rael is met with suspicion and disdain. It's a bitter moment. We know what they don't. Luthen died to give them a chance. From there, the episode crescendos into one of the most emotional montages Star Wars has ever given us. But I'll get to that a little bit later. Vel and Clea, former rivals, finally meet in full light. There's no secrets left. Vel repeats Luthen's old code phrase, "I have friends everywhere." Back at the ISB, Partagaz listens to Nemik's manifesto. The same words that once moved Cassian now echo through Imperial halls. Tyranny requires constant effort. In that haunting silence, Partagaz realizes the truth. The Empire is not stable. It's eroding from within, and he'll be forgotten by the very system he served. Let's talk about those final shots of this episode 12. Man, the final shots of Andor as a whole, leading into Rogue One, but I could not have been happier with this ending. We see Bix safe with a child by her side. What is no doubt Cassian's child, the next generation growing up in a galaxy that might just be a little better because of Cassian. This is a child Cassian will never see. He will never meet. He doesn't get that moment, but we do. And in that, there's both heartbreak and hope. He gave everything so that someone else wouldn't have to. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't say my favorite moment of this episode. When B2 Emo appears, I cheered. We hadn't seen him since the first arc of the season, and I'll be honest, I was kind of getting worried. B2 was my favorite character in season 1, and he remains one of my all-time favorite Star Wars droids. Seeing him alive and well was the emotional exhale I didn't know I needed. In a galaxy that so often breaks our hearts, B2 reminds us that some small pieces of love survive. And then comes that final quiet moment, that montage, Cassian watering his plants, a small human act. Maybe he thinks he'll return. Maybe it's symbolic, a final gesture of hope. Either way, he walks away from it all, into Rogue One, into legend. But what do you think? Was Cassian ever meant to survive this story? Could he have walked away? Or did he know from the start that his role was never about legacy? It was about lighting the fuse. Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. What moment hit you the hardest? What scene made you believe in Star Wars again? Thank you very much, all of you, for joining me on this journey. It's been an honor recapping Andor Season 2 with you. This season has been something truly special, and I already know I'll be rewatching it again and again. If you enjoyed my breakdowns, check out the Trust in the Force audio podcast, where we'll be deep diving into the full season very soon. So I leave you with this. Cassian Andor didn't just fight for freedom, he planted it. As always, we would be honored if you would join us.